Hi, welcome to RCD. My name is Jeff and we're going to do a walkthrough on this Lithium. So let's start here at the back door. Back door, both sides open up. You walk it down. This is your ramp for your toys. It is spring loaded, so there's not a lot of weight to it, but that's how that works. Close it up, put the handles down, good to go. Coming here to the side, we have power stabilizer legs. These are not levelers, they are stabilizers. What I mean by that is once you get your coach or camper leveled at your lot, then you put down your stabilizing legs, and that stops it from bouncing around on the inside. Do not try to level with these because it will not do that. You get your about a 20-foot awning with LED lighting, push button, I'll show you that on the inside. 2 outdoor speakers will play from the stereo on the inside. 2 110 outlets. That white strip means it's connected to a GFI switch, and the GFI will be on the inside. Okay, this is if you wanted to put a TV out here. This is where you take your cable, put it to the back of your TV. Plug it in right here. In from your sources on the other side, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. Your folding steps. Simply lift up. Make sure your door is all the way open. Push in and it will lock down. So let them down. Pull your pin there. Got adjustable legs. Just like that. You have a catch for your door. In case it's windy out, that catches your door, and you can open your screen up like so. Here's your front stabilizer legs. Again, not to level, but to stabilize. You have a storage hatch here. This is your power cord. It is a 50 amp 110 cord. Storage room on the inside. Now right now we have it hooked up to one of our tow vehicles, but you get a brand new 30 or a deep cycle interstate marine battery. It is a battery that has water in it, so you do have to check the water levels every now and then. Your propane tanks are in here. 2 20-pound propane tanks. You got a directional switch in here. Move it back and forth. Run one at a time. Don't run them both at the same time, because if you run out of propane, then you're out of propane. Just run one at a time. Run it out, flip the switch over, and go to your other tank. Fill your other one that's empty. Power tongue jack. Push button up and down with a light on the outside. Emergency brake cable, 2 chains, and your 7-pin wiring harness. Now let's go over to the other side. Okay, on the other side, at one time I think somebody must have had a generator in here, so this is where you'd put your generator. If not, just use it for storage. These little clips up here will hold the door open. Okay, here's your sewer system. There's where your sewage drain is. So you got a black and a gray valve. The one on the left is your holding tank for your black. The one on the right is gray. So what you do is you get your sewer pipe, hook it onto there, put the other end into the ground. And when you want to dump your tanks, pull your black first, which is your toilet waste, then pull your gray, and it washes all the black down. When you're done, close the valves back up, then you can leave the park. Now, if for some reason the campground you're at does not have sewage, simply take it to a dump station somewhere and repeat that process. Put the hose on, put it into the dump tank, pull your black first, then pull your gray. Low point drains are right there. Here is where you connect your power. This is a black tank flush. So what this does, inside your black tank, which is your toilet waste, there's like a sprinkler system. 2 or 3 times a year, take a hose, connect it to here, turn the power on, or the pressure on, open up your black tank, pull, and let it run for about 15 minutes, and it washes the inside of it out. Like I said, 2 or 3 times a year. Okay? Back of your refrigerator. There's nothing to do in here unless you know how to work on a refrigerator. This is a drip tube, so the water drips from here when it's defrosting. Maybe once a year, take this off, check on the inside. There's sometimes birds or mice would like to try to nest in there. Just keep it clean. It's your hot water tank. This is gas and electric. Here's your drain plug. When you're not camping, pull your drain plug out and let the water run onto the ground. If you let water sit in there too long, it will begin to smell. Before you put water to the coach, make sure that plug is in, because if you put water to the coach and that plug's out, the water's just going to come right out here. So make sure your plug is in. And there's nothing more to do out here. You can light this from the inside by the touch of a button. Okay, this is just a vent here. It's your freshwater connection. So if you're going to go dry camping, you know you're going to a campground that does not have water, take a hose from the house, put it in here. This probably holds 30 to 50 gallons of water. Wait till it spits back out. Yeah, that kind of will tell you it's full. But when you use your holding tank, there's a water pump button on the inside. That's how you pump the water from the holding tank, is with a water pump. And I'll show you how that works when we go inside. Now, for some reason, your campground does have water pressure. Take the hose, put it in here. Make sure you don't run the pump on the inside, because you're going to get your pressure from this hose. Put it in here, turn the hose on, and it will pressurize all your water lines. Boom, you have water. Okay? Here's an outdoor shower, hot and cold water. Let's pull that out. It's about a 3-foot hose. Very nice feature. Okay, this has a pump station or a gas station. So if you want to carry fuel, you carry the fuel here, just fill it up there. If you want to pump it out, here's your pump button. Actually, there's a fuel gauge right there. There's your pump button, and here's your pump, your gas nozzle. When you're done, just turn the pump hose off. Okay, this is in from your cable source. I showed you the other side was out to your TV. This is in from your cable source. These are vents you open from the inside. In case you have a motorcycle or four-wheeler or golf cart inside, gas, you can let the fumes out by opening this up. Okay, let's go on the inside and take a look around there. Okay, so first thing we're going to show you on the inside, if you look over here, you have a upper bunk and 2 lower seats. That's all controlled from right here. You raise it up. You can raise it up with the seats in the upright position or laying down. We're going to do it in the upright position right now. But what this does, this catches the top bunk and raises it up. Then once it gets to the top, there's 4 pins right there in the counter that go in to keep the top bunk up. Then you can lower your seats back down. But the only way that top bunk is going to come down is if it's riding down on the seats. Alright, so what you do here is you take your pins, put them in. Sometimes you got to wiggle it around a little bit. Okay, so we have all 4 pins in now. As you can see, there's one in each corner. So what we're going to do from here is, now we can let it down and that will stay up there. So there's a pin at each corner. Now to turn these into beds, simply pull this down and flip it over. Then right here, there's actually legs here that you can put down. Then you can just continue on down with the button. And it will stop automatically when it's at its lowest point. But again, bring that top bunk down, raise this bottom part up until it catches, pull those 4 pins out, then just bring it down. And there's the stopping point. So that's how that system works. Here you have a series of lights. You got an automatic awning button here. Put your awning in and out. Wherever you let the button go is where the awning stops. Okay? You have a 12-volt radio, AM, FM, CD player, speakers on the inside, air conditioning duct up here with your vents throughout the coach. Smoke detector. Say it's a good idea to change the battery every time the time changes, which is twice a year. Stovetop, it's gas. Turn it to light, click that, the propane bottle being off, it's not going to light right now. But just turn it to light, rotate the clicker, and it will light. Back here, that's the back of your furnace. There are no furnace filters in campers, so there's really nothing to do in there. Again, maybe once a year, take that panel off, sweep it out. Down there at the bottom, there's a propane and CO2 sniffer. That's connected to your battery in the front. If for some reason you have a propane leak in here or a carbon monoxide leak, that will sound off like a fire alarm, like a smoke detector. What you'll need to do is go out and turn the propane bottles off and come in and see exactly why that's going off. Got light over the stove, fan, microwave. This is a convection microwave, so that's nice. Normally you get a convection when you don't get an oven down here, so that's why you have a convection up there. Sink, hot and cold water, 2 basin. Your refrigerator is gas or electric. Simply turn it on. Leave it on automatic. If you leave it on automatic, what happens if the power goes out in the middle of the night and you have it on electric, it's automatically going to go to propane. Power comes back on, it's automatically going to go back to electric. So if you leave it on automatic, you don't have to worry about if you lose power or if the power comes back on, it will move itself back and forth. You don't have to worry about it. If you're driving down the road and you want to load this up, if you leave it on automatic, it's going to run on propane the whole time you're driving down the road. Once you get to a campground and plug in, the electric will take over automatically and not use the propane. So 99% of the time you're going to want to leave it on automatic. If your generator, if you had a generator, this is your start button for your generator with the Hobbs meter. This one does not have a generator, but it is wired through one. This is where your TV would be mounted. That green light means there's a power booster on the roof. So if you're not using cable, if you're not using cable and you want to use the roof antenna, turn that green button on. If you have access to cable and you're going to use cable, that has to be off. Plug the TV in there. This is connected to your stereo system over here so you can play CDs or DVDs, I'm sorry. Okay? The thermostat is pretty much like a home thermostat. Press it once to turn it on. That's fan only. There's cool, furnace, just set your temperatures. As long as your propane bottle's on, you'll get heat. Your furnace only runs off of propane. It has a 12-volt fan, but the propane has to be turned on for the heat to come on. And just shut it off. Another light switch there. Here's your GFI breaker switch. So if some of your outlets aren't working, check this breaker switch and see if it's working. Okay, right here you have your tank levels. First one's battery, fresh water, black water, gray water. Your water pump. So if you want to use your water that you're carrying, this is where you turn on your water pump. Again, now if you have a hose connection from the campground, do not turn this on. But if you want to run your water pump and pump out of your holding tank, that's the pump you use. Your water heater can either be LP or electric. You don't need to run both at the same time. It's one or the other. If you're at a campground and you're paying your fee for your spot, include electricity, use the electric pump. If it did not include electricity, use the gas pump. It's cheaper to run the gas than it is the electricity. Hot and cold water, shower. You have a exhaust fan at the top. Coming into the bedroom, You got a series of lights over the bed. You got an on-off switch for this light right there. You got outlets on both sides. You got 2 vents in here for refrigeration, and you have a duct in the floor for heat. Your heat will come from the floor, your air will come from the ceiling. If you want to put a TV in here, mount it here. There's your cable connection and your 110 outlets. Now inside here you have an escape window. If you cannot get to your front door and you have to get out of the coach in case of a fire or something, simply push this open, push this all the way out. It's hinged up here so the window is not going to fall out. Pull the screen out and get out the window. Now if you just want to use it for ventilation, you can just leave it like that. But push it all the way out, then get out the window. That's a very important feature. Here's your table. It goes between the 2 couches in the back. A little bit of storage underneath here. Got 2 hanging closets on both sides with storage up here. Sliding door. That's pretty much a quick run through on the Lithium. If you have any questions, please let us know, and we appreciate your business. Thanks for shopping at RCD.